Hey, what's going on, good people? It's your man, Chris Storms. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you watch my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, I got another story I want to share with you, so let's get right into it. Guys, this is a crazy one, another crazy one right here, man. Now you know what? Out of my whole life, not just doing YouTube, I ain't never heard no crap like this going down. You have a funeral home director. Let me repeat that again. A funeral home director by the name of William Chavis. I may be saying his name right. Chavis. It is Chavis or Chavis. One of the two. He was the owner of Compassion and Serenity Funeral Home. This man right here went and killed a pallbearer by the name of Ronald Banks. And the burial was of a 10-year-old girl by the name of Arianna Davis. They saying she was shot while she was sleeping in her family's car on May the 14th and later died. And she was being buried at Washington National Cemetery in Suitland on Tuesday when gunfire erupted. You mean to tell me this is how we get down now? But again, the guy who said about the story about AJ, it's getting to the point that it ain't safe to come outside no more. I mean, we got stories like these. Yeah, you're right. But I believe he talk about white folks, but no, sir, this goes on all around the place. It goes all over the place. And this is a black man that you see at a young black girl's funeral or burial that did this, okay? But guys, let's hear the details.
A mother giving her final goodbye to her 10-year-old daughter is now grieving the loss of a good friend after shooting at her child's burial. Arianna Davis was shot and killed on Mother's Day in Northeast D.C. when a bullet came through her family's car. Yesterday, tragedy struck again as Arianna was laid to rest. A dispute between rival funeral homes erupted in gunfire at Washington.
A dispute between rival funeral homes. Funeral homes are having a dispute. Wow.
Washington National Cemetery. It ended with the death of a close family friend who was serving as a pallbearer. News 4's Paul Wagner has the emotional conversation with Arianna's mother and new details on the arrest of the man accused of pulling the trigger.
Wilson Chavis, according to police, had a long-running business dispute with people who were preparing to bury Arianna Davis at a cemetery in Suitland, a dispute that escalated at the gravesite with ugly words. According to a court affidavit filed in the case, Chavis first exchanged words with one man who walked away. The documents allege Chavis then pushed the pastor conducting the service, identified as Joseph Fletcher, who spoke at Davis's funeral earlier in the day. Investigators say Chavis shouted, "This ain't your expletive funeral home," and then tripped over the lid to the grave and fell. Police say he then pulled a pistol and fired.
When we arrived, we found that there was one adult male and one adult female that were suffering from gunshot wounds. The adult male subsequently was pronounced deceased.
Prince George's County Police have identified the man who was killed here at the cemetery yesterday as Ronald Stephen Banks, who was a pallbearer in Arianna's funeral. Arianna's mother tells News 4 that Banks was a good man who had stood by the family since Arianna was killed. She says the woman that was wounded is a cousin. In a brief phone interview this morning with News 4, Arianna's mother said Banks tried to intervene in the dispute when he was killed.
I'm so traumatized that this happened at my daughter's burial site. I didn't even get to lay her down, even to put her in the ground, and another incident happened. This is so traumatizing to me, my children, my whole family.
Antionette Belk says the violence in the cemetery prevented her from being able to say a final goodbye.
So one of my aunts was at the gravesite the whole time, so she was able to see Arianna go in the ground and put dirt over her. and I have pictures to confirm. So I'm very, it's a big relief knowing that my baby is buried.
Wilson Chavis was taken into custody during a traffic stop and, according to police, admitted his involvement in the shooting. In Suitland, Paul Wagner, News 4.
News 4 tried to find the pastor today, as well as the family of Ronald Banks, but we have so far been unsuccessful. Jim?
Let me tell y'all something. We some stupid son of a bitches. I'm sorry. We just gotta call it like it is. We fight and bicker and shoot people over the dumbest shit. Okay, I get it. People don't like doing business and get their business taken away from other people. Same thing you can say with this YouTube stuff. You got an interview coming up. Somebody said to me a long time ago when I had an interview coming up, but the interview never happened. And somebody came in the comment section and said, "Hey, you might want to be careful with letting people know ahead of time, because you could find a more hungry YouTuber that want to interview, and they would do what they can to get the people come interview with them instead of you." My response to that is, hey, whoever the person I'm interviewing, if they feel like they want to go to the other person and interview with them instead, there's nothing I can do about that, because it's them who giving the interview. They can choose to give it to whoever they want to. They give it to both of us if they choose to do it. But I get what they were saying. Nobody like to lose stuff like that to somebody else. But, that's just how it is. It's like somebody go to McDonald's. They don't want McDonald's. They like Burger King over McDonald's, or they may like Wendy's over Burger King. Business is business. We don't like to lose it, but it's part of life. And there's no way in hell, at least I thought to now, that anything can get that serious that you got a funeral home that's a rival. Hey, I don't even like to say that funeral homes are in competition, because that's exactly what it just is. It's a funeral home where everybody who dies, this is where we go to have our last words with the loved one who passed away. But we got a robbery now, and the robbery gets so tense that at the burial, you got this fool went to go shoot somebody at the burial. And not only that, this was the burial of a 10-year-old girl. Where's the respect at? I tell you, there is none. There is none. You got to be a person that have no kind of respect and no kind of self-control to sit up there and do something like this. No respect or self-control. Unless now, there's more to this story than what's being put out there. Maybe it's something more deep and sinister than what the surface has been put out. But still, we have so much hate for each other that we would sit up there and do something like this. A 10-year-old at that time just lost their life. Got shot in a family car. A 10-year-old, mind her own business, got shot. Now you got this fool right here, people trying to bury the baby, try to say their last words. He goes to shoot somebody and kills them. What the hell is going on with us? Seriously, what the hell is going on, man? This shit is getting stupid. We some stupid. We are so stupid. Funeral home director allegedly guns down Pallbearer during burial of a 10-year-old girl. The title itself, man, just disturbing. A Maryland funeral home owner upset with another company allegedly shot dead a Pallbearer during the burial of a 10-year-old girl who died in a drive-by shooting in Washington, D.C. on Mother's Day. Mother's Day just ain't been too long past. This 10-year-old got shot and killed on Mother's Day. Really, dude? Arianna Davis, who was shot while asleep in her family car on May 14 and later died, was being buried at Washington National Cemetery in Suitland on Tuesday when gunfire erupted. Wilson Chavis, 48. This man, he was 48 years old, did this. No self-control. Owner of Compassion and Serenity Funeral Home, alleged killed Ronald Banks, was 30 years old, who served as a pallbearer at the funeral, and as a result of the long-standing business dispute with Freeman Funeral Services. A woman who was Arianna's cousin suffered a leg wound, and somebody else got caught in the crossfire, guys. That's crazy. In the shooting, the girl's mother, Antionette Belk, told the news outlet Chavis, whatever his name is, of Hughesville, Maryland, has been charged with first and second degree murder and attempted murder, according to Prince George County Police. The deadly violence erupted after the suspect, who provided services for the funeral, confronted a pastor and another person who were reportedly affiliated with Freeman Funeral Services at the gravesite. Chavis looked at the pastor and, "Yeah, I'm here for all you." Okay, BAN, which means he said, "I'm here for all you bitch ass niggas." But they got on her BAN. Wow, this dude is nuts. According to court documents, he then allegedly pushed the pastor and said, "This ain't your fucking funeral home," according to the outlet. Are you kidding me? With several mourners confronting him about disrespecting the family, Chavis backed up, tripped over a nearby concrete vault lid, and fell, the documents state. He then got back up, pulled a gun from his waistband, and opened fire, officials said. The accused gunman was arrested at a traffic stop a short time later. Man, but again, that dude, I'm sorry, I'm going to stick on that. The dude at AJ speaking, wherever they had right there at that church, sit up there and said, because that white lady shot that woman, and I mean, I get what he's saying, that white woman shot that, it's safe to come out, it ain't safe to come outside for your next door neighbor on it. I get what he was saying, it ain't safe to come outside around white folks. That's what he was saying, but he constantly tried to be careful with his word, but we all know what he was trying to say. And that's why I say I don't agree with that what he said. I mean, I get the concept of what he's saying, but if you're going to say something like that, man, call across the board. This was a black man that went and killed on another black man, but did this at a young ladies who was 10-year-old at our funeral. This fool did this. Nobody white. This fool did this. So, yeah, to an extent, I agree with you. It ain't safe to come outside. These folks are nuts. And Susan, the one that shot AJ, she's nuts too. She's nuts. She don't get a pass. She's nuts. She a stupid son of a bitch too. But this is crazy, man. We don't like each other. That's all there is to it. We just don't like each other. We don't even get it. And this is why I say when people talk about policing and community, we don't get along with each other till you try to police the community. We can't get along with each other. All right? Whatever happened to where we used to fight, get back up, shake hands, I got my ass whooped, we'll be out the next day. Nope. Get our ass whooped, get embarrassed, somebody want to go shoot the person who got their ass whooped, bye. Okay? Somebody step on the shoes. You shot somebody because they step on your shoes. Over female, over dude. There's all type of dumb shit. All type of dumb shit. And this is why a lot of people say, get out of your feelings. And I agree with that statement a lot of times, depending on what it's being used. What it's being used towards. Get out your feelings. Because I'm sure, dude, this ain't the first time you lost some business to somebody else. All right? A funeral home? Come on now. I'm sure this is not the first time somebody probably looked at your funeral home and decided to go somewhere else. But again, I don't think this got to do with an actual funeral home rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Some problems going on between that dude and him personally. They had a personal beef, if you ask me. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe he is just as stupid. I don't know. Hell, we don't know much about the running dude because they're not speaking on it right now. Unless updates come up, they probably say what's going on with that. But, but it sounded like this was something personal. And it probably did got a little bit to do with about him losing business to the funeral home. But this sounded like this is something more personal, something more sinister, and it's deeper than what the story has been told. I really do feel like there's something deeper than that. It's just a hard pill to swallow. That this is what this is all about. A business, a funeral home robbery. It's just hard to swallow that pill, man. It is. It is. A damn shame. Can't even pay your last respects to a 10-year-old. And I told y'all, these grown-ups, they selfish as fuck. They selfish. I would probably expect even somewhat of a pinch if he hadn't did this at that girl burial. All right. Well, now let me not say respect that. I'll throw that out the window and just forget I even said that. You know, the fact that you just did that, period, you know what I'm saying? I just wish you hadn't did it there. You know, not advocating for him to do it at all. But just to do that there at that moment, the fuck is wrong with you, man? Now your ass gonna get in trouble. For what? Now you the director of the funeral home. You finna be without a job now. All right? I guarantee you no longer the director of it now. I guarantee you ain't the director of it now. Guys, it's so much money I want to say to this, but you know what? Y'all get how I feel about this. And I'm pretty much sure when y'all see this, y'all gonna feel the same way. All right? So, for now, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna wait on the update to see what was this really about. Cause I just don't think it's just about a rivalry funeral. This sounds like something that was more personal. All right? Or either this dude he fucked up mentally, one or two. Who knows, man? Anyway, or anybody who knows about this, don't say, come in the comments and tell me what's really going on here. You know, I'm pretty much sure somebody know this fool. Somebody know this fool, and somebody been hanging around him know what the hell been going on. Who knows? Anyway, man, I'm your man, Chris Storms, man. You know, leave your thoughts and your comments on what you think about this, and I'll check back in later. Peace out.